Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Who is that they, them on my screen? Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and hi, hello. Yesterday on Twitch, I did a nearly 6-hour long live stream to raise money for People Helping Pets, which is a nonprofit organization that is ran by two of my friends here in Chicago. And we raised $4,000 to help them out with their monthly vaccine clinics that they do for underserved neighborhoods here in Chicago to help make sure that pets are vaccinated, microchipped, and that we're keeping them together with their families. So thanks so much to everybody who came to support and to check out the stream and donated. I really appreciate it. And I'll leave a link to their website down below where they do have the option of donating directly to them on their website, should that be of something of interest to you. But I say all of that because yesterday while I was doing that stream, Rosie actually did a live stream, started a live stream while I was in the middle of that. And I don't normally on Twitch watch any of the girls, at least not these days, but because it was a special event and because Rosie chose to go live while I was doing that, I said, we'll watch like the first hour. And so we did, in fact, watch the first hour, and the footage you're about to see is directly straight from my Twitch stream. I am going to go in and edit some of it, so it's not like directly there, but like you're going to see my typical like Twitch stream setup and things like that. So it's not going to be the same vibes as a normal Zachary Michael video that you get over here. But just know that if that's not your style, if that's not your thing, this is probably the only time that I'll be formatting a video on the main channel like this. But it did feel, well, I felt like I had a lot of important stuff to say. And I think because of that, I wanted to make sure to share my thoughts here. And so instead of just like recreating the wheel and filming a whole new video and things like that, I figured I'll just share this here with anybody who wasn't able to make it to the Twitch stream. So please enjoy. I mostly want to see the parts where she gets fired up. Those are the parts I'm ready for. But hi everybody. Okay, so I do have. Here's the thing. I no longer have. This is gonna get taken out of context somewhere and be like, Zach hates their ex. I don't have all the chopsticks I once had in my home were all my exes, so I just don't have any. So I do have a spoon. Is it kettle corn? No, was it supposed to be kettle corn? It was supposed to be kettle corn. Well, unfortunately, it's just buttered popcorn. Also, wait, did she like cut it open somehow? I don't think I have scissors to do that. Perhaps I should I'll just open it up like this. All right, and then this is the Built Bar I have. She was doing some kind of complicated popcorn engineering. You're recreating the popcorn bowl? Yes. So today we're doing a charity stream. Actually, I haven't talked about People Helping Pets in a second. So let me just tell you a little bit about them before Rosie starts yapping. There's something poetic about sniping Rosie right now while also raising money for pets. I know, I love it. I love it. That's kind of why I was like, I don't normally like stream snipe Rosie or anything like that. But considering what she's had to say about me and my pet parenting, yeah, it's kind of fun, isn't it? I'm reading so that I don't fuck up and say the wrong things sometimes. People Helping Pets is a nonprofit that's based here in Chicago. It's actually co-founded by two of my personal friends, one of which is a vet. All of the proceeds donated today go towards supplies that they use.
Boy, do we have a lot to discuss.
Anyways, go to peoplehelpingpets.org for more information.
It's been a long time since the daytime crowd has seen me at my normal scheduled time. Hello, good to see you.
Hi,
a
Rosie.
lot.
Grace, thanks so much for sending a donation. Good morning, Cheesecake. Thanks for your donation
documentary
as well.
coming out, Big Girls Wanted, Escaping Paradise. I sometimes forget I operate on like this assumption that like everybody knows what I'm talking about at all times, and that's just not the reality, you know. And
Wait, why is it like that?
it's been a minute since I've been live on my own platform, but mid last week I was all over TikTok, and there's a lot to discuss, and I don't want to shy away from that, but I want to try to give as much context and explanation as possible, because I know a lot of my supporters, y'all don't keep up with reaction channels. You don't keep up with like all the other stuff happening on all the other platforms. So I cannot expect you guys all to know all that, right? And I did not want to come back on my platform and like act like nothing happened. That felt really disingenuous to me. So many things have happened that I don't even know if I'm going to remember to hit them all. But I want to just kind of give you guys a bit of an update.
This is such a mess.
About why I've been so quiet the past week and everything that's going on. So I will be talking about some stuff that involves like heavier themes. I promise you, I'm not going to be getting graphic and anything, but certain terms might get thrown around.
Grace, thanks so much for $50 to People Helping Pets.
When I have to talk about the amber of it all,
Lilies and
Lightning,
Lightning, thanks so much for
the fact
donating
that this
$10
documentary
as well.
around people who are victims of
I just
SA,
started a
things
poll.
like that I have to be careful of because of YouTube's guidelines and all that. So, just there is going to be some like serious conversation. My brother is going to be home in about an hour. He's getting home a little early today. So that's why there is also like in the title like Walmart pickup haul, because I did a little pickup order of some stuff. But I want to just kind of talk everything out first. So obviously I think I'm a little nervous. So as my members know, on Friday I canceled my member stream, and I did that because one, I had said the week prior that the new expectation moving forward is I'm only guaranteeing to a month, but I'll do my best to meet it every week. And I really didn't want to do it this past week, but I realized that was going to be my first time going live after me speaking to Stefan directly and everything, and I didn't want the potential of me talking about anything being behind a paywall to come off a certain way. I didn't want that to be a barrier for people if they wanted to see what I was saying or doing directly after all of that, and that felt wrong. So that's ultimately, and also I was just not ready to talk yet, which I'll get into. I was just not in the right.
Thank you, Chris, for the $10.
I guess it was Wednesday. I'll be honest, the exact dates of these are fuzzy for me. I have not seen any reactionary content. I haven't seen any of the clip playbacks. All of it. I'm going off my own memory here, so if they're not exact, I do apologize. I'm doing the best that I can on that front. Leading up to what I think was on Wednesday, I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday, Stefan and the Paradise people had really been like coming at me. That day in particular, he had posted a TikTok of a meme tagging me, and he was just constantly poking and prodding at me, alongside all the shit that I've been dealing with Crow World and everything. And I was definitely at my wit's end about it, to be real. Just trying to navigate this situation without...
You know what? You don't have to be on TikTok.
Hurting people has also been something I'm trying to figure out as well.
You literally could just sign off.
I had been keeping up really heavily through stuff while still trying to like protect myself, because I'm not trying to watch reaction shit about me. But I did catch some shit because I was spending a lot of time in the week leading up to that, like watching Ziomara's lives and
I'm not trying to, but I did catch some.
And so I had caught some things here and there in that regard, but you know, I was heavily involved in the conversation, and there had been a few times where I had went to like lurk in Stefan's live. I don't do that shit with like a fake account. I don't Stefan, by the way, is the guy that's going to be talked about and featured primarily in the documentary that's coming out. So lurking just means like sitting in the back, like you're just watching. Like there's a lot of people that lurk my lives. Like they don't interact in the chat. They might not even subscribe. They're just watching, right? So that's what I was doing on multiple occasions. But on TikTok, when you join a live, it says so-and-so joined. And so when they can see my name, and they know who I am, they know I'm in there, right? And like, I don't operate behind fake alt accounts on TikTok or YouTube or shit. Like, I don't do that. The only anonymous accounts I have are on Reddit, and that's because Reddit is an anonymous forum, right? Leading up to that, I had a lot I wanted to say to him and would have wanted to have a conversation with him about, but I did not believe it would be possible to have any kind of productive conversation until that day I joined the live, and he did what he was doing. He was just, I mean, to his own admittance, like bullying me. I finally said to him, because I was just fed up, and I just said, I mean, the real question is, was I even talking about you in terms of the trailer? And I watched it dawn on him for like the first time that like, oh, maybe this isn't all about me, you know? And
right, whoa, man. Oh my God, he was bullying you.
I felt like
he
there was an opportunity for a conversation. And so we had one. And that's clipped all over. I don't know how much. I don't know if someone clipped the whole thing and did it unedited. I would hope so, because from the like bits and headlines that I've caught, I've seen a lot of the picking and choosing of certain moments and things like that. But that's just,
she's not watching reaction content about it.
So I hope that that's the one thing about TikTok lives that suck, is like there's no replay to see it like directly from the source if you weren't there unedited. But I had a conversation with him where I thought I made it clear that I was like, we're not friends. I'm not here to like get a friendship out of this. I just want to have a conversation.
You want to talk to somebody's abuser
for bullying me, which I did not expect. And some people gave me shit for not apologizing back, which I purposefully didn't do because of my own reasons.
Because he's an abuser, and you should have been talking to him to begin with.
Ultimately, I wasn't the one poking and prodding at him. I wanted that to stop, and I wish in hindsight, like what I know now,
oh, there ain't no other way. Thanks so much for the $10. Appreciate it.
How being as neutral as I was could have had a far more negative net impact than I was cognizant to. Because, and I'm going to get back and kind of readdress things, but there's just so much to cover here. Because after that happened, that night, we had a planned internet outage that was supposed to be back in the early morning. But for our internet, it didn't come up until like an hour before I was in Zio Mara's live. And Zio is someone else affiliated with the documentary. And a bunch of craziness happened in that live. Trust me, we'll get there. In that time, I slept like a fuck ton. Like right before I joined Zio's live, I posted some Instagram stories where like I didn't even see until a couple hours later, just I hadn't even removed the crusties from my eyes. And I had like I slept most of the night and all day. Like, because as you guys had known, I was really struggling with sleep until like these past multiple days. I've actually been sleeping pretty good, fucking finally.
There aren't captions on
I just want to say
live streams on YouTube, Grace. Sorry.
I was like offline that whole time. So I found out some stuff while I was actively talking with the other participants in Ziomara's live, like in the beginning part of that live, when I was more involved. Again, I'll get back and kind of go into more specifics in a minute, but ultimately even before the end of that live, like when I dropped out of Zio's live and I had some time to kind of, once I learned some new information and once kind of everything just hit me, I was like, I just need to sit back, shut up, and listen.
Shut up and eat your pizza rolls, Rosie.
And that's what I did.
I don't know about that.
I didn't feel like there was any other course of action that was the right one. Because in initially talking with Stefan, what I wish I had realized is that first part of the conversation was really what I was
not for me.
There for.
The texture's weirdly.
And in staying and continuing the conversation and going on, which we did talk about a wide variety of topics. I can't even go into all of it. We talked about a lot of different things. And there was just like all different aspects regarding, and I had questions I wanted, just whether I believed him or not, I just was staying neutral. And I didn't think that through, like how that could come off or how that could impact other people. I really didn't.
You prioritized trying to clear your name about some shit that didn't matter.
But I wanted to have that part of the conversation, and I wanted to ask those questions. But there was a point near the end where when they were talking to me, it took me a little while to catch on, but eventually I caught on to like, oh, they're like trying to talk me into a circle to like agree with them and like condone this. And I'm like, that's not what I'm here to do. So I kind of just walked that back, and eventually I was like, dude, it was so late by the time I got off. I was like, it's time for me to just like try to go rest.
She didn't catch on to shit.
And so
she's all she is full of shit.
After Theo's live, I don't know if it was that night or the following night, I listened to one of the relatives of Shay, the girl who passed away. I listened to
full of shit and pizza rolls.
Her family, like her family members live, and just I didn't interact until they directly asked about me being it, because again, you can see viewers on TikTok. And I just made it clear, like, I'm just here to like listen, like I'm not trying to insert I'm just trying to learn here. And
it bothers me how much she acts like
for that.
She can't just not tune into all of these TikToks.
I have a lot that I want to say, and I quite literally legally can't. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life behind the scenes, and in relation to this.
Yeah, the way she doesn't look at the camera when she has conversations like this, so she doesn't have to look at the chat.
I think for me, when it got to the point where I agreed to talk to Stefan, I thought I made it very fucking clear where I stood, and it was very clear by the time I woke up and I got into Zio's live and I talked to Paola and I got an understanding of what was happening. He kind of took that conversation as like a green light to be able to speak for me, to be able to say there's some kind of allyship there or something that never existed, and I was mortified because that clearly meant that either something I did or didn't do led to that, and like I'm deeply upset at myself about that part of it. Because when I went back up, because I left Zio's live when Stefan came up, because we had our conversation and that was it. That's all I wanted. I didn't want to interact again, and I also wanted to take with seriousness like the feedback I was given by Paola and others, and make sure that I move forward and my actions like reflect that. But as soon as I left, he came up and he accused Paola of bullying me. And I was like, absolutely fucking not. That's some bullshit right there. And so I did bring myself back up and I cut him off because he was speaking for me too. I was like, don't fucking speak for me. She was not bullying me. She was holding me accountable, which she has every right to because she's directly involved in this. And we're not friends. We're not allies. I don't know where the fuck you got that narrative from. I guess it was just because I was too nice. But I was just trying to be respectful.
She's so irritating.
If you're thoroughly confused by this conversation, I do apologize. There's a lot that's going on outside of my platform that
it's
disingenuous of me not to address.
It's happening outside of your platform.
So yeah, they gave him grace.
Inserting yourself into other platforms.
I haven't been looking at the chat very much.
We know, girl. You can't make eye contact with your audience.
I feel like you didn't give him permission to talk for you from what you said in that combo, in my opinion. That's how I feel. But clearly, you give an inch, they take a mile. Very that, right?
Only
the give
here
and grace
for Zachary.
comment was specifically about everyone's involvement.
Or to donating $15.
My entire point there was that everyone who was close to Shay lost someone they felt close to. That was all I meant. That's it. I promise you that's all I meant. That's all I meant.
She's really like...
I just don't think we should be giving abusers grace. I get the instinct, like as a woman, we are told to always be kind to men for safety, but we need to break that. I think you have a valid point. My point was specifically about grief, not giving him grace about the accusations or anything else. I was specifically talking about grief.
But Rosie, I
sincerely apologize for the fact that my word choice led to that not being communicated
It's not,
in the way that I intended it to.
First of all, it's not about your word choice. I'm just gonna mute her for 2 seconds. Sorry. It's not about your word choice. They talked about how he has been using Shay as a way to deflect from talking about the serious allegations against him. And so by you saying, well, he deserves grace because of what happened to Shay, that is being interpreted as you saying, well, yeah, we need to give him grace for that. When he's using it as a deflection tactic. That's what Paola said that they were upset about. But you didn't actually fucking listen when she was sitting there talking to you, and that's why you still don't understand why it was an issue that you were giving grace to him. I'm sorry. Pissing me off. Sweet Persuasion 1, thanks so much for subscribing at tier 1.
That's all I meant.
Is she gonna cry?
For every person that's immediately involved in this situation, whether, like, not even just, like, me being Zachary, but the people that were close to Shay, the people that were close to Cass, the people that were directly involved in the Paradise House, like, this is their real fucking life, and
Biddy
I
Soul,
never
thanks so much for
meant to
donating
disrespect
$15.
them. I never did. So I just don't understand why you needed to talk to him at all. Why did you think they need your opinion? Did they ask for it? When you say they, who are you referring to, Karma? What I was getting to earlier was when that conversation with Stefan, I wanted to talk about, like, the back and forth. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I stayed on too long and I carried on more conversation than was necessary.
You shouldn't have talked to him, period.
What I should have sat and asked myself in the moment, prior to going up, like, why would I want to do this? Because I was asked that during the live, and I was like, that's a really good question, and I realized I hadn't thought that part through. You know?
A mess.
And, like, I fucked up there.
A mess.
You gave him attention when you told us you would never do that. That's a fair point.
Exactly, Diva.
I was at my wit's end, and I felt at the time, I felt like, because up until that point, I had been trying to, I felt like all these other conversations were happening, and these different
just trying to come up with
aspects
her
and
answer.
Experiences were being handled on different platforms that I didn't want to associate myself with. But I felt like there was an opportunity for some of the insanity to die down if we could just have a respectful conversation.
You wanted to have a respectful conversation with a guy that you've claimed to be a manipulator and an abuser. There's nothing that needs to treat that conversation with respect.
And that's why...
Unless you're getting onto his live stream and calling him out for his bad behavior, then I don't understand what the point is.
And then Xiomara's live happened. I was like, I just think at this point the best thing I can do is just take a step back. Do you think it's easier to see now that you're receiving criticism? Do you think it's easier to see now? See now what exactly? So the reason I felt like doing it publicly made more sense is because, like, if people found out I was talking to him privately, that could easily get twisted or manipulated.
Sweet Persuasion.
And, like, imagine if we had a conversation like that privately and he was going around telling people XYZ.
You didn't have to talk to him, period.
To see the conversation. I wouldn't trust him.
She didn't need to talk to him, period, just to be clear. Sigma Alpha Beta Mom, thanks so much for $20. Appreciate it. There's no conversation about if it needed to be done in public or if it needed to be done in private. You just don't have to talk to him. The things that you're getting upset about is him, quote-unquote, bullying you on the internet, even if he admitted to that. Just don't watch him. Block him if you're being so threatened. You blocked me on social media. You can't block this man that's known for being an abuser? Of course you can't, because then you can't sit in these live streams for hours on days watching this man so that you can keep yourself inserted into this space. That's the problem, Rosie. Anyways, let me speed her back up until we get we get caught back up. You know what I'm saying?
With a private conversation, I guess. Rosie, are you okay? Maybe you need a mental health break. You seem very stressed. Yeah, I took a bit of a mental health break the past couple days. And I want to address very quickly, and then I want to move on because I think I have most of these people name blocked. Anyway, the Amber Lynn, Emily of it all.
Here
Zia
we
Mara
go.
had like a 5-hour long crazy live, and I was more involved in the beginning of it. And at some point when I was up there, she invited in Emily, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. I have nothing nice or respectful to say in her presence, and I want absolutely fucking nothing to do with Emily and Amber.
So that's why you just sat there and talked to Fupa Cheese about Amber Lynn and Emily? You just wouldn't talk to them directly because you're a weenie. A weenie.
After.
And you'll talk to Stefan? Of all people? He ain't that different from Emily. Please.
Forgot when it was, like a couple weeks ago. I fell down the rabbit hole of the whole Discord situation and how she handled it. And I want no part in it at all. And I want nothing to do with that. And I think the way Amber successfully bulldozed herself into that to make it all about her.
Just to be clear, first of all, wait, we're going to go back, because what do you mean you're criticizing Amber Lynn for bulldozing a situation and making it all about her? So first of all, that part. Second of all, let's go through the list of people she won't talk to directly. Amber Lynn Reed, somebody she was previously friends with. Amber Lynn Reed's girlfriend, Emily, somebody that she's left comments on her Instagram posts about. Michael B. Petty, somebody that she's honestly probably just scared of. People she will talk to. Fupa Cheese. Stefan. Insane. Insane. Oh yeah, she won't talk to Keemstar. Right.
I think the way Amber successfully bulldozed herself into that to make it all about her was indicative of exactly who she is.
Also, and just to be clear, everything that I saw about Amber Lynn being a part of that was mostly her responding to you talking shit about her. Just to be clear. By the time Amber Lynn came around to that live stream, on Zio Mars live stream, they had already long past talking about Paradise.
And I was pretty pissed how she just completely cut off Ashley Avocado and the conversation that they were having. That was very important, and it never recovered.
Maybe I just didn't see that part. But also, even if that is the case, and Amber Lynn was cutting off important conversations about the Paradise situation, Miss Rosie Lynn Reed is nobody to be speaking in that situation.
After that point, and I want nothing to do with that, and that is why I removed myself. That's why I removed myself from every time Girl World tried to insert themselves into the conversation that they weren't invited to. So
conversations you weren't invited to, and if you were invited to them, it's so that Paola could sit there and drag your ass for platforming and giving validity to a man that hurt so many women.
That's really all I gotta say. I have nothing to say to them, and I remember briefly, like, when she was just spouting bullshit, I was correcting that in the chat, but in terms of, like, a conversation like that, like, I'm good.
She's so funny.
That's really all I gotta say about that. I don't want to detract too far beyond that. So,
Harley, thanks so much for gifting or donating $5 to People Helping Pets.
Because the one thing for me that is very important is I do not want to get into, like, tit for tat or, like, beef with any of the women or anything like that, and I certainly don't want decisions that I'm making to cause more harms or problems.
Then you should probably start logging off.
I don't want that. So if
Memphis,
that is, if my actions
thanks so much
are
for
having that impact, then I have to
donated to People Helping Pets. Appreciate it.
I can't look away from this train wreck.
Yeah,
it's just getting worse by the day. OMG.
I didn't
the
want
kid,
any part
thanks so
of the
much
sensationalism.
for 4 months of Prime. Ironic thing about People Helping Pets is that it's also people helping people.
I started to respect you for staying away from panels before
exactly.
the You were the one to do that, but seeing you there just made you like everyone else. You're human, but it's disappointing. I think that's really valid. Honestly, Aku, I think that's really valid. when I think back on last week and I think back on just the chaos and like, I guess in a way, it's like I felt like everyone else was doing it and my voice wasn't being heard. And
I was like, silenced!
I was just getting fucking bulldozed in a lot of ways. And
nobody was
for some reason
listening to me because it's not about you.
That part of it would help.
Why is your voice important? Why is your voice important in this situation? Oh God, she's irrigating. Fawfulicious, thank you so much for $15 to people helping pets. Appreciate it.
And I think I was wrong. And I think it was short-sighted and I think it was impulsive.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm confused on where I fully land on it at this point because I feel like there was a couple good things that came out of that conversation, but I don't feel like they outweigh the net negative, I guess.
The net negative. The net somebody pointed out that she said something along the lines of like the net positive didn't outweigh the net negative, and it's like by definition you can't have a net positive and a net negative. Like that's not how it works.
Hey Jacob, I say this multiple times. I wasn't in the house. I was a part of the documentary, and you'll find out more when it comes out. I've talked a bit about it here and there, but there's a reason I'm involved, and you'll know more. It's actually this Wednesday. It's like 3 days away.
God help us. Hopefully everything can just be done once the documentary comes out.
I talked about this briefly, but I think I found him on TikTok, yeah, and we got connected somehow on Discord. I don't know who added who. I really fucking don't. He messaged me first. We had one conversation, and then I never followed through with anything regarding that because after I learned more, I was just not interested, and then everything kind of spiraled thereafter. Like I think the following year.
Doesn't she know?
She showed
the screenshot.
But I wasn't like crazy active or anything.
Why is she acting like I don't know who added who?
I'm not above criticism in this situation. I'm not. That's why I took a beat to collect myself. This was a misstep, hoping you stay away from engaging in that content.
Oh, Sky Fury in the chat. You can't see it yet, and it got deleted. Actually, it got deleted, but Sky Fury sent a super chat that said you didn't give grace for Jeff's victim.
Will you continue in the future to go on the lives?
See, this is her deleting it right now.
Specifically for Stefan, absolutely not.
Ollie Time, thanks so much for $50
to people helping pets. There in case I do end up joining a live panel for a certain reason that I feel is a good idea. But again, that's something I'm going to have to take into consideration.
Stop joining live panels.
I don't want to make a misstep like that again. I don't want to take someone at face value and say things and not realize that like the severity of that. I'd rather you rage on Instagram and here on YouTube about him and give him attention and a swear on TikTok. It's understandable. Well, thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate that. But the thing is like, I thought you were blocked. I'm not doing this.
I'm not doing this. I do think it's, just to be clear, I think it's fair for people. What we're not about to
do is take the situation and turn it into something else.
Just to be clear, I think it is absolutely fair to bring up the way that she responded to people being concerned about Jeff/Blue Bear's allegations that were out there against him. Correct me if I'm wrong, the way I remember things happening was literally she was like, I've collected the information, I've gotten all the sources, and if you don't have a legitimate court police record, then I'm gonna need to see the proof. Otherwise, I don't think it happened.
Everyone has a story in their own shit. Nobody is perfect. How about we give some grace for things we know absolutely nothing about? Yep. Because I'm not joking. If I was lied to, which I don't think I was, but if I was, and there was a real victim in a real crime, then there needs to be a real police report and a real arrest warrant. That's what I'm sticking to for that. So.
You don't see her asking for police reports now. Exactly. Live the Kid, thank you so much for donating $25. Appreciate it. Right, she said that since there wasn't a police report about what happened with Jeff, it wasn't real.
Appreciate getting online to address everything and apologize. That's not easy, and I think a lot of people would have recorded a video addressing everything. Thank you, Rosie. Yeah, not a problem, Jordan. That's why I said, like, I think it's just important, first of all, that I'm not...
Exactly, Teardrop, thanks so much for $25 gifted.
I don't watch apathetic facts.
BB audition time.
I know that back to the video about Zio. I saw Zio watch that, but I don't know about anything else.
Lauren Michael, thanks so much for subbing.
I think the best course of action is to let the women impacted by the house share their stories while you focus on the next chapter of your life. Yeah. I don't want to speak for anyone. So you're not going to address the Rita of it all? I had no idea. Like I said when I spoke to Paola, I had no idea that Rita had any accusations. None. I was blown away. Like I said in the first live, my only knowledge of her was that she was very well respected in communities that
Lavender Spearmint said, but you knew Stefan did. T.
Used to be a part in. She and I had tons of mutual friends. Everyone that I knew of her, that knew her, only good things to say about her. I was floored to learn that. I'm upset. And that's kind of that's the part where like I was like, okay, I really just gotta shut up. Like clearly I've got some knowledge gaps here. Clearly
shut up and eat your pizza rolls.
I just accidentally put myself in this really shitty situation when
Sweet Persuasion, thanks for gifting
I
us
just thought she was sticking up for me.
Bart.
I did not have that information. I didn't know. And I'm mortified. I could respect that you're able to acknowledge when you need to take a step back. Yeah, like at that point, that's when I was like, oh, I don't know what the fuck else to do. Like, I just need to take a step back and shut up. And I wanted to take a beat before I came onto my platform because I wanted to be able to talk like this.
I might need to be reminded.
Love my cream on wheat.
Oh.
Rita was implicated as a creep in a video from Sam at Every Size. Rosie shared that video and recommended it.
Stunning. So she either didn't actually watch that video or she did and now she's just acting stupid. Perfect.
The woman we just saw defending his behavior, her name is Rita. And Rita is intriguing because she's been around for a very long time. She calls Stefan her chosen family, refers to him as her brother, and she is the one we see most often defending his behavior, going as far as to say that her friend is not capable of SA. But here's why I want to draw attention to Rita.
Rita, if there's anybody that can speak for like the vibes and the place and the party, it's Rita. Rita is in here. She said she's brought hundreds of people here.
Hi, Rita. That's right. She has helped by serving as the face of the Paradise community, bringing in hundreds of women by Stefan's own account.
Perfect. Jamie, thanks for the 100 bits. I think Colin, I was just getting ready to read a similar comment making the same point.
To not center my feelings.
Do I still ever sped up?
I wanted to just kind of talk a bit about what happened, guys, because I'm not purposefully withholding anything. Like, there's literally so much conversations happen over the course of those two lives. There's no way on God's green earth I could summarize all of it. But no, when it came to the Rita part, I was fucking mortified. I learned about that on the live with y'all. I didn't read the message Paola sent me. Like I said, I'd been sleeping all day, and I had just gotten my internet back up and kind of like came to everything at that point. My poor brother, like the internet was supposed to be up at 10 o'clock, but I was sleeping, and I just zonked out, and God bless my family, they let me sleep because like my mom and dad texted me. I was out, and then when my brother finally just like knocked on my door and I woke up to that, I was on the phone with tech support for like about an hour, like 50-ish minutes. It's probably best for your reputation to not address anything. Sometimes by addressing rumors, you just bring negative attention on yourself. You know, Liam, I get that. Like a lot of social media people hold that true. Like when they get into controversy, they just ignore it. I'm not that person. If I fucked up, then I'll say that.
Not really though.
Like if I were to come on here and not talk about it, a ton of you would have no idea that any of that even happened. You don't say something about your fuck up until you like really get called out about your fuck up. And also you just literally, as somebody in my chat pointed out, got done you literally just got done ignoring somebody's message about Jeff and Jeff's victims, so that's not what happened, baby cakes. That's not what happened. And I'm not reopening my trauma like that for y'all, but that's a distortion of reality. Hey Holly, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey beautiful, so happy I caught the lives. Everything okay? I've been working like crazy. You seem upset. Did I miss something important here for you, girl? I appreciate you, Holly. This is a more serious.
Her comment to Baby Cakes was, "Are you going to clarify the rumors that you cosplayed as a child for adult content? I've been a fan now for a little while, but hearing that made me sad. But I'm hoping it's not true. I love you." They're talking about the Matilda stuff.
This conversation happening right now. I'm just holding it with the seriousness it deserves, I guess. Yeah, absolutely. No, people are severely. That's the other thing behind the scenes that I've been dealing with and struggling with is how much my prior adult content is being memed and shared and used without my consent on all platforms because some of the screenshots are not inherently NSFW.
Listen, when I was going back and looking at previous conversations with Michael, her being upset about the adult content in regards to the Matilda stuff, it is interesting because she was paid to do that content. She, like, agreed to participate in that content. And I remember, like, at one point...
Love my cream of wheat.
Rosie Rosenblatt, thanks so much for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. At one point, she was, like, retweeting it and like, promoting that content. Because presumably that was part of her job at the time. And that's how adult content workers make money, is that they promote the content that they're making on the internet. I understand her desire to now not have that shared with the world. Like, I get that. Like, she would rather not see that stuff about herself. I think that's just, like, a tough part of the nature of the internet. She probably deserves not to have it, like used against her, and used against her in the ways that, like, I think people are purposely, like, posting it places to make her uncomfortable and stuff like that in some cases, right? I think it's, like, different to just discuss that it exists in general, because it does exist. Like, it's a thing that Rosie did, a thing that Rosie participated in, a thing that presumably Rosie got paid to do. I think it's, like, a bit of a nuanced conversation. Her adult content would be shared far, far less if she didn't behave the way she did with Ivy after the fact. Yeah, so also an important part of that conversation is that Ivy Davenport, the person who, like, produced that content, made that content with her. Rosie went on to say that, like, Ivy was one of the people that groomed her into feederism, and was saying that, like, Ivy was sharing that content without her permission. But again, like, Ivy had... that was like a professional adult content related thing, you know? So anyways, it's a lot. It's a lot. Megan, thanks so much for gifting or donating $50 to People Helping Pets. Also, we probably won't watch the entire live stream because I imagine she'll stream for hours and there are other things that we're trying to do on the charity stream. I mostly wanted to catch this part at the beginning because I figured that's when she would speak the most bullshit. So whenever the grocery haul or whatever gets started, we'll leave that shit behind.
I just wish that all of these people who are giving these victims the respect they deserve would just hold a modicum of respect for my trauma. That's all.
Well, first of all, this isn't... Are you talking...
Love my cream of wheat.
Sweet Persuasion, thanks for the bits. That is... Again, this is why people are like, why are you making this all about you? What does the women of the Paradise House, the Paradise situation, what does their trauma have to do with yours, by the way? Just for the record.
My trauma isn't because of Stefan, but it's because of predators. And I just wish that would stop. Because there's enough material to hate me on with.
You know what? I'll say it. I no longer care if you leave this broad alone. Carly, it's been a long time coming, Diva.
You don't have to do that.
I'm here, babe.
I need to recenter myself.
Remy coming out of nowhere with the jump scare. See, also, I just want to be clear. She's allowed to have trauma, to experience trauma, to still have feelings related to her trauma. The problem is she is situating this whole conversation. The whole purpose of this was seemingly to try to explain and or apologize for her behavior in these live streams, and she's already turned it into crying about herself. And it's like, if the point here today is supposed to be you apologizing for the negative impact you had by going on Stefan's live stream, then you can't just show up here and start crying about your own trauma, because what people want you to realize is that you doing that was not being thoughtful towards other people's trauma, and now you're sitting here asking people to be thoughtful about your trauma. And it's just like, well, yes, that's what people are asking of you.
Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to get all like that today. I'm glad you're actually not doing the knee-jerk reactions you were prone to and showing continue to mature. I've wanted that to be a faster process. People don't know the younger you and how much. Thank you, Dad. I think you're still typing, but thank you.
Knee-jerk reactions, like her impulsive decision to go on a live stream with Stefan. That's what she said. It was an
Sometimes being the
impulsive
quiet one, not saying
decision.
anything is the smartest move. Don't give them any more ammo, please. We get you regret this now, but please respect yourself. Don't talk about it. Yeah. How much you've grown and improved. I really appreciate that, Dad. Thank you.
I want to piggyback off of what your dad said. How much you've grown and improved. Just in the like short time I've known you, like you've definitely changed for the better. I feel
Grown and improved
and
in
you've been
what
working on
ways,
yourself a lot,
Remy?
and I see it. I notice it for sure. And I just want to say that I'm proud of you for how strong and resilient you are. You know, it's something I wish I had for myself. You know, but yeah, I just want to say that. Yeah, just like the chat is saying.
Have a seat, rat boy.
Thank you, Treason. Can we all just agree Stefan is gross and the LC is gross? Okay? Okay, but honestly, cool. Honestly, so I actually needed that laugh, thank you. How is Remy handling all this? Holy shit, a lot of craziness in the men in real life. Okay, for real. Honestly, he's just...
I can answer.
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't
yeah,
for you.
like, I mean, it's okay. I've just been staying out of it, and, you know, it's not my circus, not my monkey, but
yeah.
I'm here for support. I'm here to support Rosie, and that is what I feel my role is here, so...
Shut up, Remy. We don't care.
Yeah, Remy, he was very quiet because obviously he's not involved. I opened the live by saying he was here and that like he's just he's just here for emotional support. Hey, Freya.
I've been quiet, but
Her emotional support feeder.
Yeah, LCU equals moldy hot dog water content. Yeah.
Her emotional support feeder. Her and Amberlynn have that in common.
I can hear Remy screaming. I'm not panicking in the back of his mind. Remy's a good boyfriend. He's always there for you, truly. You guys. What's your guys' couple's name? Because it'd be Romy or Remzi. Remzi's cutesy. Remzi is cutesy. Yeah, Remzi, R-E-M-S-I-U. Holly, hello. Your prayers are very much here for you. Thank you so much for being on for 13 months. Oh, Rumi. Remzi is adorable. Remzi's the vibe. If we're going to have a shift name, Remzi's the vibe.
I like Rosie. I like Rosie.
Okay, I think at this point I do want to transition out of the seriousness. That's kind of how I do it when I adjust these things in lives, is like I adjust it up top. Okay. You're right, I don't want to say it. I don't want to harp on it. I don't want to continue the mistake of centering myself on that end, so... There's one thing I do want to. Sorry.
It's too late for that. You already made this about you again. You already made this about you again.
There's one thing I saw. One thing I do want to address, because what I saw, it looked like they purposefully took it out of context. Because I did say that over here on the YouTube channel, this is the Rosie Show. I am the dictator. What was it? I said a few other things, but I was saying that because I was explaining how, in these conversations, the ones I was having over there, I was not making it about me. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to keep it off my channel, is because I feel like my channel is inherently me talking about me, making things about me because it's me, you know? And so, that's the point I was making, because I'm the final say over here on this channel, right? And I feel like my YouTube is a reflection of myself. I didn't panel with so Foxy and Fupa were in Zio's stream. They were not on the LCU channel. I don't particularly like Fupa, but I don't have any specific beef with her.
I don't have any beef with her. She's fine. She's chill. She was just asking me a bunch of questions about Amberlynn and Emily, also derailing the conversation, but I don't have any issues with them. Fupa just, donated lots of money to Rev and Shani and did all of these, was like Rev and Shani's biggest fans, but I don't have any problem with Fupa. It's fine. It's chill. What? This is how she gets herself into these problems. So she's gonna have to backtrack this and be like, oh, I didn't know all of those things about Fupa. I know all those things about Fupa cheese.
I don't have, and I actually learned quite a bit about Foxy, but ultimately, I talked to Stefan. I don't fucking like him, so for me it was just more like I'm having conversations with people, right? But no,
Fupa's threatened ice on people. Listen, not a fan. Even without knowing that, not a fan. But knowing that, gross. Gross energy, gross behavior.
Did not go. I'm not going on any. Someone started a rumor while I was sleeping that I was going to be on the LCU, and I was like, I never fucking said that. That's never going to happen.
Can we talk about this awesome castle that I'm building in Montreal right now?
Tell me what was awesome.
Fupa also drug her for her Matilda corn, but it's no biggie, I guess. Oh yeah, that was another thing I think Jane had mentioned, is that like, that the same night that Rosie was paneled up with them, that Fupa had been doing that on the LCU.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Fuck you.
Check the
We'll
side
see if
chat.
that's one of those situations.
Here's a little
Boy.
snippet. Here's a little snippet of.
Okay, we can show that. She's fully clothed.
I showed it. It's on screen. It's there for anyone that wants to look at it. Yes, that's her dressed up like Matilda, apparently the 6.5-year-old child. And I believe it gets more sexual towards the end.
Yeah, no, she's definitely dressed as Bruce, but
Who's Bruce?
the kid who
my
eats
God.
the cake.
Oh, how old is
Neil,
Bruce? Is he like twice the age of Matilda, or is he in the same class?
I think he's in the same class,
Okay, you know what?
so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the same.
Holy shit! I haven't seen the movie. I said that in the beginning.
Just nuts. Agreeing to go to Stefan's mansion to watch the documentary. Fupa is?
Castle, baby.
Well, I'm in creative mode, and I literally just like create a new world and jump right in, and I saw a mountain, and I'm making tunnels through the mountain,
Hell yeah,
and
babe.
balconies,
Disgusting.
like, bridge, and it's this tower. Like,
Hell yeah.
I'm putting in some hard work over here, baby.
You know, hell yeah, babe. Hell yeah. We have to face and live with the consequences of our choices, but from that, we learn from those things and come out the other side with lessons learned. Then it was for naught. So thanks, Dad. Yeah, they made you the main point and main character because of judge drama, whether you like it or not. It's just a learning curve for you as well. People will listen to first and again. Well, thank you, Lamb. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Everybody has different like viewing experiences. Oh, thank you, Treason. Yeah, I've had this talk forever. Let's see. Is this defrosting time? Oh, it's my defrosting time. Which is going well. I think I might make some rice with sausage and veggies. And I'm gonna wait till after my brother gets home. What time is it? I'm gonna be home in roughly like 20 minutes. When my brother gets home, I'm gonna turn off my mic and camera for a minute. So yeah, I definitely, yeah, I'm not. I don't feel like I'm above criticism for how I moved. I just think it's important that.
She's not above criticism for how she moved, but please feel so sad for her. Like, nobody's thinking about her trauma. Nobody's considering what happened to her. Please. Team Pancake, thanks so much for donating $50 to People Helping Pets. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. She absolutely will deflect all the criticism. We'll ban people for criticism. We'll delete their super chats for criticizing her.
Like when because it was after I dropped out of Zio's panel. Was I held a firm boundary. Like when it came to anything about like Girl was trying so hard to insert themselves, it was obnoxious.
But Fupa Cheese was just asking you tons of questions about Girl World related stuff, and that was fine. I just want to point that out again.
Oh. But they just couldn't understand that it wasn't about them or their hatred for me. Like, and they kept trying to make it about that and then blaming me.
If your concern is that people were making it about Girl World, that they were detracting from the conversation about Paradise and the things that happened there, then you should have had that same boundary with Fupa Cheese, asking all of her questions about your relationship with Amber Lynn. But see, that's the difference, is there you were happy to answer questions about yourself.
Making it about that, which is whatever. But when it came to like, yeah, there's a lot I want to say that I can't yet, but
the way she demonizes Girl World more than Stefan is a big problem. Oh, absolutely. 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 And the reason she demonizes Girl World more than Stefan is because in her mind, Girl World has actually done something to her specifically. Girl World has actually, in her mind, harmed her specifically. Stefan, she's not an actual victim of Stefan, so she don't got that same kind of beef. Once she felt like she could clear it up with Stefan about him bullying her, once she felt like she could clear up that, situation with Stefan, that's why she doesn't take issue with it. Because Rosie don't think about nobody but herself. And see, all those other girlies on the panel, they're like, why do you give such a fuck about Girl World? It's because they're not involved in Girl World. They're not being negatively impacted in Girl World. Girl World is being respectful of their stories, their situations, etc. And they're just sitting here trying to spread the word about Stefan and Rita and the people connected to all of this.
I don't want to say or do anything that will cause, because I was talking about making a video and uploading it. I'm not doing that anymore. I had some ideas and things earlier on that I thought I would want to do, and I've just completely backed out on all of those because I feel like what this situation has taught me is that it's just how much certain aspects of how I'm treated online, all these things, how these impact other people's lives and stories, and I want to negate and minimize that negative impact as much as possible.
Girl World ain't done shit to... You have done worse for these people involved in this documentary than anybody in Girl World has, Diva, just to be clear. You sitting on panel on Stefan's own live stream with him did way more harm than anything anybody in Girl World did. Why make a dedicated, well-thought-out apology video when you can bury it in an excess and excuses and a haul? Yeah. You've done more harm than anyone in Girl World has done. That's, Shay, that is exactly how I feel about it.
And I have to make sure that I know what actions I need to do to maintain that are. And then, once I know what those are, know how to maintain them. Oh, there's a peanut butter pretzels. So, yeah, just like that.
Mona's and Mona's trolling. Let me not blow up your spot, Diva.
Oh, that's a great question. I'm still excited for the documentary. So, obviously, like, the day I found out, I was pretty jazzed, right? I was, like, pretty high in spirits. I also was just having, like, a high energy period of life at that point. Not that I jazzed water bottle, but you're ridiculous.
Oh, by the way, I'm just gonna go ahead real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, thank you, babe. Thank you so much for the weather update. Love you.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh my god.
The Paradise Girls are not dragging her hard enough. If someone was paneling up with my abuser, I'd be losing my mind. Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah. So, because, like, I mean, I think truly a big part of it was, like, holy shit, this project that I've been a part of and, like, waiting around for literally 2 years is, like, finally coming to fruition. Holy shit, this is crazy. Oh my god, I'm gonna be on TV. Like, all those things, right? Like, this is crazy. And it was about 2 days after where the reality hit me like a fucking Mack truck. Oh, Karma gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Karma.
Oh, we're a little bit
thank you.
behind.
It doesn't freaking tell me. I just want to thank them. Oh, thank you so much.
I really thought we'd get caught up if I just kept her on 2x or 1.75x, but...
Yeah, okay. Mountain got one too? Hell yeah. No worries, Blonde. I gifted 5. Thank you so much for gifting 5 members, Karma. Seriously. I really appreciate it. Just a general heads up, mods, if someone gives, if you could just put their username gifted X amount in the chat, that's the only way I'll know when people gift memberships, because YouTube is stupid.
Yes, fog machine.
But yeah, so it hit me like a fucking Mack truck, and I'm not talking like any, I don't remember like all the hate fucking blurs together. I don't know, but it was specifically like, as like I was talking about things and memories kind of started coming back, and I started remembering some of the things I talked about, and I should be going, holy shit, this is on national television. Like, it just kind of like hit me all at once. I don't know if excited is the right word. I am anxious.
Diva, you don't even know how much of the content from you they're gonna use. Like, she really thinks, when she said I have a subplot in it, she really thinks this is about her.
To see it both for good and bad anxiety. I'm excited for the wait to be over, just to fucking know what I said, to be in all honesty. I don't know if I can answer that because NDA is Jordan. I don't know if I can answer that. That's a production question, technically. So I'm going to just not answer it on the side of caution. I could be overthinking it, but it wasn't, like, super crazy.
What is she eating? Are those pretzels?
I already been doing too much, so I should just shut up. And it's just moving forward to err on the side of the caution. So I'm probably not going to go live at all on Wednesday, because I'm going to need to watch it, and then I'm going to need to process it, and then I'm going to have to deal with whatever the fallout of this looks like, guys. None of us know. Literally none of us know. So maybe I'll go live on Thursday. Maybe you won't see me for a hot minute. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a seat back and I'll do a pre-recorded video and upload that. I don't know. So. Yeah, I can't do a live react. Copyright. You were such a lovely and emotionally intelligent human. I'm happy you exist. Bless you, that's so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, going live is probably not the move. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Look, in all reality, are you neutral about Stefan and his actions? No, I'm not neutral. He's not my friend. I don't fuck with him. I think that he's a bad person. I think that he's done too much in his past, and I'm not interested in having anyone like that in my circle, and I'm not interested in sticking my neck out for anyone who has the kind of behavior that he does. But I also don't want to get into fucking internet beef with him. I want to just leave it be. That's it. I had a conversation with him. Charmingly awkward. I would recommend starting this live from the beginning.
Yeah, Mona. Start the live from the beginning, Mona.
Hello, Karma. Thank you so much for the super chat. You can handle whatever, or super chat. You can handle whatever happens. You have so many people that adore you. Thank you so much, Karma. I appreciate that a lot. I really appreciate your guys' support. Seriously, I don't want to cause harm. I really don't.
Well, too late, Diva. All right, we might wrap it up there.
Good boyfriend and Gilmore Girls. Oh Lord.
We might wrap it up there. I don't know if anybody is watching in real time, if I've missed anything crazy important. I can also follow up, and I was considering maybe editing this for a main channel video. I'm surprised a real Zachary Michael fan like Rosie doesn't know Charmingly Awkward. No, I know. I might edit some of this for a YouTube video if there's more that happens. Maybe I can add some additional stuff. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did and you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!